Hey, I'm Pam. I'm very dirty at the moment. I'm in the middle of giving a lot of my plants some extra support. They're doing a lot of growing right now, they're getting a lot bigger, and I see some of them starting to need a little bit of help from not, falling over. I wanted to kind of talk about support. So there is actually a difference between like a moss pole and a support pole. A moss pole is a kind of support pole, but not all support poles are moss poles. And they do have different purposes. If you have a moss pole specifically, you're trying to get your aerial roots to grow into them, to attach themselves onto the support, and that way they can kind of hoist themselves up better. Most of these vining plants are gonna grow noticeably faster once you get them hooked up to some sort of a support system. If you don't really care about the aerial roots attaching, and I don't, honestly, there's a lot of ways that you can give your plant support. Now I could do moss, I don't have the, I can't keep them wet, and you really need them wet in order for them to work properly. And I can't, so I don't. So they're not really doing what they should be doing anyways, so I might as well not use them. That's kind of how I figure. Anyway, as long as they give them support. A stake doesn't have to be tall either. It's not necessarily for it, you're not necessarily using it for the plant to climb up. Sometimes you're just using it to keep it from falling over. In which case, you don't have to have a big tall one. You just want something holding it as it grows, like you see for trees outside. Same idea. So that's the difference between, another difference between moss poles and support poles is that moss are generally always going to be used for climbers because they need to attach it. You can use a moss pole as a simple support pole, of course, but you don't need to. You might as well save the moss pole for something that really needs it, in my opinion. You can also get the Coir. This is going to be the same idea as the moss pole. If you would want to like soak it before you originally use it, so it'll kind of expand, and then you want to keep it moist. And again, I don't have, but you might, and these are a great option if you do. I do like these because they're stackable. So, when you need an extra one, you just get a second and you stick it on top, and you can make them taller. I do really like that about the store-bought options. These like DIY moss poles are kind of the same way. These are just filled with moss. And yeah, we're up to 3 on this one. I need some deeper pots. Anyway, let's get this girl in here. So here is a syngonium that I just, I don't know, Jesus, I don't know, I kind of like it like that. Holy cow. Oof. She's just not been real happy. I've just had a lot of unhappy leaves on her lately. I went in and realized she was in a really weird soil, one of those where I was like, why the fuck did I put her in this? Trying to remember why I would have, like, it's just all, I don't know this is like a starter mix. It's probably all I had at the moment or something, and I meant to change it and then totally forgot. So anyway, I'm hoping that a nice chunky like aroid mix is gonna make her a little bit happier. It's definitely going to drain better because that thing was soggy, and they don't want that. He had this driftwood in there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that back in because it was working. Okay, so with these vines, I'm gonna try to attach them in places where it just makes sense. So it's not awkwardly kind of laying against the pole. It's more you know, you're not fighting it. Go with the direction it wants to go. You know, and then you might have to get a little bit creative, but you know, it'll be happiest. You can train it to go the direction you want it to. It just may take a little while, because if you force it, it's gonna snap, and that's not helpful. Trust me. Or you can be like me and have to learn on your own. But I promise. I'm just gonna kind of find a way that it gently will fit. So when you're attaching these, because you do need to attach them, you've got several options. I am looking around for some. This is plant Velcro. I cut this one in half, long ways. Soft on one side, Velcro on the other, so you put the soft side on the plant, it doesn't damage it at all. Otherwise, you can tie it gently with twine or something like that. You don't want to use anything metal because it will cut into the plant as it grows. So you want something that's not gonna scratch it, not gonna scrape it, and not gonna basically puncture it. I did twine for a long time, just kind of gently going with it. But once I started using plant Velcro, I don't bother anymore. It's so easy on and off. It's, get a roll. Love it. I don't love that it's bright green, but who cares, right? Like, I don't know what I think my other options are, like, that would be better than green. I mean, you don't even... What driftwood color? Shocked when they don't have it. I only cut it in half because I'm cheap. And for small plants, it's fine. You don't really need the big one anyway. You need a watering. I think one of my kids brought home back from spring break cold. All right, well, you look gorgeous like that. I love it. Beautiful. Another method I really like for support, and also this is really good for viney things that go nuts, is to do like a teepee style trellis. you know, like a tripod style. So I don't know what we call it. Anyway, I made this one myself. I just get long bamboo, I cut it up, and then I make it. This is the Campo Sport tab, something like that. Hi, what's up? Dude, you are sending... Okay, you just sent parts of Gracie flying, so you gotta go, bud. Nope, out. I know they're outside and you wanna go, but they're mowing. You can't do that. You get all in the way. You can see Jenny in the back there. She's in the big tripod. I'm actually gonna, at some point, need to give her a bigger one. I could just continue to trim her and let her get insane, which I haven't completely decided against doing. Please hold. At my house, I have so many climbing plants that need some sort of support that I have to have a lot of support options. I really like to use found objects. That's why I like to do the driftwood. If there's fallen branches that are super straight that I find. I do try to douse these in like hydrogen peroxide and let them dry before I use them, just in case. But driftwood is amazing because it's so easy to handle and generally fairly lightweight. And I've used like literal moss poles. Just use whatever I find, and everybody seems okay with pretty much whatever I give them. But they all do like the support, so maybe think about giving yours some. If you've got a big climber that's not really doing anything, especially like a monstera or you know, somebody else that's getting heavy, stick a pole in there, find out if it makes a difference, because it might. Or you can just let it be a big, tumbly, gigantic vine. You don't have to support it all. It's just up to you. How cute is that? This one is a little moss pole, but it's a bendable moss pole. These are kind of fun. I've got this Hoya doing all the work in this one. And oops, what else do I have? I think that's about it. So go stick a pole in the plants. It's kind of fun. And I will see you all later.